Hi everybody. Um, so I am going to just sit here and wait for people to come in. I'm not sure how many people are even awake or if everybody's like in a panic for Christmas Eve. I am prepping my green bean casserole. Got my phone, seeing if anybody wants to chit chat or ask anything. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a video for green bean casserole. And who's this? Hi, Sam. So, I'm gonna be doing a video for green bean casserole and scalloped potatoes. But I was really bored sitting here just doing green beans, and I was like, you know what? I haven't gone live on my channel, so I may as well and let you all ask me something. So if I keep looking down, I'm looking at my phone to see what you guys are all saying. So I see everybody. Hi, 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 hi. Let me change it so that I get all of the messages. Merry Christmas Eve. Love Elf. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sandy. Your son went to his girlfriend's. Well, I'm here. I can spend the night with you guys. I'm gonna be up all night. Dad is putting together the girls' kitchen that Nana and Pop-Up got them. It's in 400,000 pieces. Not really, but it looks like a lot. So he's gonna be up for a while putting that together. The girls are sleeping. Oh my gosh, they were so excited unwrapping their Christmas presents from all the viewers this morning. Though it's a little chilly, but it's not. Like last year, I think Facebook reminded me, last year was 9 degrees. It got up to like 53 today. So I'm sure that it's like in the 30s or 40s out there now because the sun went down. But I mean, that's not bad. Let's see. Oh, I'm happy it popped up too. Yes, Dad made it home. Which I'm really excited about, especially because I don't have to put that kitchen together. Merry Christmas Eve to you too, Dee. Merry Christmas, Kim. And I'm sure, I don't know if your sister Kelly is watching too, but Merry Christmas, Kelly. So yeah, this is I mean, you guys can pretty much ask whatever. I may or may not answer it, but I probably will. I thought it was so funny this morning watching them open up the pickle bows. They actually opened presents yesterday. I shared the video this morning. So this morning, they saw their pickle bows on the floor where they left them because Mama didn't clean up last night. I was too tired. So this morning they saw the pickle bows and they kept saying, pickle bow on, and it was the cutest thing. Oh, Merry Christmas, Backdoor. Merry Christmas, Terry. Karen, yes, my husband does work out of town. He works on a dredge. He's like a higher up, but like the engineer kind of guy. So they do beach replenishment. He works with a lot of like heavy machinery. Basically just keeps everything going. So he's gone for like a month at a time. Right now, he's been working in Staten Island. which is, you know, it's a little too far to come home every night, especially because he's working like 10-hour, sometimes 12-hour days. Merry Christmas Eve, Ivy. We are going to spend Christmas Day here in our house. My birthday. My aunt, the girl's great aunt, is coming, and my brother, Uncle Eugene, and his wife, Aunt Dana, they're also coming. So we'll have a nice little party. Oh, Sandy, I'm so happy that we made your year a great year. Oh, goodness, Sandy, I would never wake them up right now. They'd probably actually yell at me. You know what? I have thanked my parents for raising me, and not just raising me, but I mean for adopting me and my two brothers. Now, obviously, there's, you know, every family has their issues, and unfortunately, my one brother, he did reach out a few months ago, but my one brother, no, like he cut ties with the whole family, but I still try to keep in touch with him. He's got two children as well. I never met one of them. I did meet my nephew, but I haven't seen him since he was like 3. So, but my parents adopted the 3 of us and gave us the best childhood any kid could ask for. So, you know, them teaching us, you know, teaching me how to be a parent basically in a loving environment, you know, I think really helped me to care for the girls too. So I will definitely make sure to thank them though again. Yeah, staying home makes things so much easier, especially as our family is, even my parents are, you know, about an hour away. So that's a lot when you have 2 kids to pack up them and everything they need. So yeah, last night I tried to go live for a little house tour video, but I completely forgot that you have to like let YouTube know 24 hours in advance so they can like check your channel out and make sure you're not like just doing anything you shouldn't be doing. You know, I think patience and kindness goes a very long way. Now, my patience does run out, not with the kids, but with people that I have to repeat myself a lot. It does run out. It takes a lot, but it does. So anybody that has joined our Patreon, there's different tiers. So there's the bronze, the silver, and the gold tier. And the silver and the gold tier, they get cards, and the gold tier gets a gift at the end of the year. Well, I ordered all the cards and the gifts well in advance, and they all came messed up. So I called, and they wouldn't replace everything for me. And they put me on hold, and then they said they were going to put me on with the manager, and I was on hold, and next thing I know, I got cut off. That happened 3 times. After the 3rd time, I told the person, you're not allowed to put me on hold. You go get your manager, and you bring them to the phone to me, because I am not paying again for these cards and this product, because none of it was right. It was all messed up. So thankfully it all got taken care of, but that was a very if you could have been a fly on the wall that day. The girls were napping during that freak out session, so they did not hear me, but I do get a little upset. So they are going to try new food, but the video that everybody's going to see is going to be the live video of them opening the gifts from me and Dad and Santa. So we're going to do a live stream between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, depending on what time they wake up, and what time they're done eating breakfast, really. So we'll do a live video, just the whole family under the Christmas tree. And then the day after Christmas, I think I'm going to do a video of them eating puffs that a viewer got them. And then on the 27th, yeah, the 27th, I'm going to do a video of them eating Christmas dinner. I hope I haven't missed any questions. Merry Christmas, Ruth. No, Red, this morning the gifts were actually from viewers. Every single one of those Christmas presents was from a viewer. They were not from Santa or Mom and Dad. We're very blessed with the kindness of everyone, and the girls are, I mean, they couldn't ask for anything. You know, they're absolutely amazing. Our viewers are amazing. You all are amazing. Linda, that's awesome. I feel like some people end up adopted and they end up in the best homes possible. I've heard a few people that got adopted into, you know, not quite so happy situations, but most of the time people that end up adopted really have a strong, healthy outlook on life. I would love to show you their gifts. I'm going to post a picture when they're all set up under the tree. They're all wrapped. We stayed up. I stayed up. Dad had to go to work. I stayed up last night. What time did I go to bed? 11:30, 12:30, around there. Just wrapping all the presents. Because I didn't want to have to be wrapping tonight. I wanted to do the cooking tonight because I'm hosting. So their gifts are already wrapped. Oh my goodness, you were adopted too? When you were 2 years old? I was 9 when I was adopted. Linda, how old were you when you were adopted? Oh, I see the tooth emoji now, Patricia. That's funny. Well, the girls did get new teeth, so it's appropriate. I'm trying to scroll back up and read a few that I have missed. Sarah, you were adopted as a baby? That is so amazing. I don't know if you guys are religious or what religion, but whoever the great person that decides what happens in our life, or the being, the force that's out there, it's amazing how it brings like people together, you know. I didn't know anybody else that was adopted growing up. We were the only ones. But it amazes me, like, the journey that life brings you on, how you meet. Like, people are meant to be in your life. Things are meant to happen a certain way, even bad things. They're meant to make you into the person you are. How many people am I cooking for? Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There'll be 9 of us. So it's not too big. Oh, thank you, Joanne. 9 days old. That's amazing. Yeah, I wouldn't be the person I am today if the bad things didn't happen to me, along with the good things. You know, it gives you a better outlook on life. You need bad things to happen so you appreciate the really good things. Hold on, I'm trying to read. Oh my goodness, now you can't speak Spanish. So I I took French in high school. I don't remember much of it. I remember Bonjour, je m'appelle Alicia. That's hi, my name's Alicia. And I know how to say hi in a few languages, but that's it. Let's see. I know how to say hi in 2 different ways in Russian. Привет and Здравствуйте. Also, до свидания is goodbye in Russian. I know how to say grazie, thank you, Italian. Bonjour in French. Buongiorno, Italian. Hola in Spanish. But other than that, if anybody asks me anything else in a language, I struggle. So, because I was adopted, I don't know much about my side, but I have been reading a lot because I did, I'm waiting on the results, but I did do the DNA test on the girls. And I've been reading a lot about twins, and I found out that if they are identical, that is not a genetic thing. Identical twins are 1 egg, so 1 egg splits into 2. And that is like almost like a freak of nature type thing. It's spontaneous. It's not genetic at all. Fraternal twins, which fraternal twins can look alike. They can be female-female, male-male, or male-female twins. That's fraternal. And that's when you pass 2 eggs and they are both fertilized by 2 separate sperm. That is genetic. So if they end up being identical, it doesn't come from either side. I'm learning a lot. I probably should have read more about it while I was pregnant with the twins, but thank you, Red. Yes, blessings to all the wonderful people that adopt and give children that come from broken homes a better outlook on life and a chance at life. You know, that's the way I look at it. We all got a chance. Merry Christmas, Betty. I'm almost done the green beans. So does anybody know, offhand, how much 4 cups of green beans weighs? My birthday is September 11th. That year, that 2001, that was the first year I was not in New York City for my birthday because I went to college. I am a college dropout. But thank goodness I did go to college that year. Or otherwise I would have been in New York when the Trade Center was hit. So I never forget that day. Identical twins. So they don't necessarily always look alike. They more than not, they do look alike. But there are some instances where, I think I threw that in the wrong bin. Where they can have slightly different features, but their DNA is still the same. And no matter what type of twins they are, their fingerprints will always be different. That's amazing, Sarah. So I actually, Ruth, yes, we are in New Jersey. My one brother, so we were all older when we were adopted. I was 9. My 2 younger brothers were 7 and 5. And the one that's in the middle, he struggled a lot with like who he was and where he came from. I kind of took it as like the past of the past. This is who I am now. But he struggled. He wanted to know where he came from. So he actually went on a hunt to find our biological parents, and he found them. There's a lot of trouble in that family. That's all I'll say about that. Yes, identical depends on the egg and whether or not it's split or there are 2, and not necessarily the looks. Because, I mean, when you think about it, siblings can look very, especially if they were born, you know, a few months apart. You know, there's some babies that are only like, what do they call them? Irish twins. And they're like born within the same year, but months apart. So all my green beans are split. So those kids can look almost identical. They're just a few months difference, but they're siblings, not twins. So, you know, Betty, I think for the people that were old enough to remember 9/11, they'll never forget, but there's a whole new generation now. I don't know if they've even been taught about 9/11, so I think it's up to us, the older generation, to teach them about it and, you know, how the world came together after that. Let's see. Oh, Kim, your mom was adopted. Huh. They never replied. You know, sometimes, like, I look back and my brother found our birth mother, and, you know, I kind of wish that, on one hand, I'm glad he did, because he knows where he came from now, but on the other hand, I wanted nothing to do with my biological family just because they're not good people. So I still don't associate with them at all. So sometimes it's really bad meeting them, and sometimes it's, you know, it's hard for them. So my brothers are my blood brothers, yes. My parents adopted the 3 of us. Your son was born on September 10th. I dated a kid that his birthday was September 16th. I keep looking down because I'm looking at all the comments. Normally, when I do a live with the girls, I get to look at my phone while you guys just watch them play. I probably should have had the phone up next to the camera so I could just read it, but I wouldn't know how to do that. I don't know how these other people, these other YouTubers do it. So I apologize for constantly looking down. Yeah, Sarah, I feel the exact same way. I am really happy that I got the parent. Not all of us can choose our parents, and not all of our parents can choose us, but I'm really, really happy that my parents chose me. And you know, we're really blessed, you know. I'm blessed to have the parents that I had, you know, for most of my childhood. Oh, Sharon. If I fall asleep, I apologize. I've got to cook. Thank you, Ruth. Oh, how did I meet my husband? So I guess I'm going to have to come up with a different story when I eventually do the rose video. He hasn't told me how to do it yet. So I actually met him at a bar. It's a very in-depth story. Maybe I'll only tell you bits of the story, so this way you have to hear the rest of the story when I do the rose video. But I met him at a bar. And yeah, he gave me his number, and I eventually did end up calling him that night. And the next day, we met up again, and he took me out to breakfast, and we talked and everything. And a few days later, he took me to batting cages. That was our actual like first date that wasn't eating. But yeah, he was working on a beach in Wildwood. And I was living in Wildwood, and it was a very rough Memorial Day weekend, and the girls that I was hanging out with at the time talked me into going to the bar, and I was I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, long-term relationship, so I was kind of bitter towards guys, and it's really horrible, but we used to play a game where we would try to pick a guy in the crowd and try to get them to buy us drinks for the whole night. All of us, all three of us girls. And he was the guy I picked. And he's so sweet that he did buy us all drinks. And I swore I was never going to talk to him again. And then I felt bad because he really was super sweet. And now I'm super happy that I did call him and that we did get together. But yeah, so it's pretty funny when you can say you met your husband in a bar and it ends up working out. So we met in 2009, and yeah, it took us 9 years to get married, but let's see. That is so funny, Dawn. Yeah, they can. They can look so much alike as siblings. So, I'm curious to see what the test. So apparently the DNA test results are going to be, I guess, at the lab on Thursday. So I should be getting the results by the end of the week. And I'll be putting that video on the girls' channel at some point. As soon as I get the results, I'll put them on for you. Oh my God, Guinevere and her. What happened? Oh no, what happened? Where'd it go? Whenever anything happens, if the broom falls over, or you know the cat knocks something over, my husband and I still are like, oh no, what happened? Like we can't help ourselves. See, Sarah, sometimes you do meet people on the internet or in bars or whatever, and they end up being the best people you were meant to meet. According to a search, 4 cups of fresh green beans will equate to approximately 0.8 pounds. So I looked it up, and it's 1.5 pounds. Identical twins. That is the one thing. Nobody in the world will have the same fingerprints. That is like the one part of humanity that no matter how closely people look, how identical they are, their fingerprints will always be different. Now, I'm not a fingerprint expert, so I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but the swirl patterns and everything, he decided to be a carpenter. Our fingerprints are going to be different because our jobs are different. How we live life is different. How we use our hands is different. So, and also they form different in the womb. So, which I think is super amazing. There's so much cool sciencey stuff out there. And I'm talking with my hands a lot. I just saw myself doing it in the video. Oh, thank you. Thank Thank you. Everybody's so nice to me. More pickle. Sam, they are getting funnier and funnier every day. I mean, they keep me laughing like all day long. Merry Christmas. Ivy, that is so amazing. You met your husband in a hospital. You were both patients. I'm sorry that he passed. Yeah, like snowflakes. They're all different. They're all different. Oh, thank you, Julian. So, the truck noises. I kept trying to get to as many of the comments today in today's video as possible. It wasn't actually a truck. So, our deck in the back, since a few months after we bought the house, has become more and more unstable every day. We think that the person that built it before we bought the house built it out of the wrong material. So it was actually becoming dangerous.